Alright, this is Travis Wayne Goodsell, and this is my bedtime comments. I'm not sure if this will be a new thing or not, so I'm not sure if I'll put it in a separate playlist or not. Wasn't today fun? Manafort's lawyer, if you weren't paying attention to the news, said that Manafort's lawyer, the judge in the case said that his going around telling everybody there's no collusion is absurd. It's unsound, because the case against Manafort is not about collusion with Russia. But then, the judge has seen the redacted portions that we have not been able to see in the filings that have been posted. And of course, as loyalists to Trump, you're watching those postings, aren't you? You're actually reading through the court cases, aren't you? Anyway, she has said in her statement that there is collusion. And so then the lawyer goes out to give a press conference and says the judge vindicated us, there's no collusion. And of course this time there are people there who are able to call him on it. That's not what she said! That's not what she said! You're lying! How funny. If only conference will be like that. You're lying! You're lying! Because there's not enough security if the whole audience just goes, no, you lie! And throws shoes at them. And if you're not familiar with the shoe throwing thing, then you missed when President Bush went to that foreign country and gave a press conference, and one of the reporters in the audience took off his shoe and threw it at Bush. Good times. So, yeah. But I'm a little disappointed because it indicates that they do have a case against Trump, and they're just refusing to do it. That pisses me off, because they're failing to follow the Constitution. Because Congress has already failed to take out the president. And so now the Department of Justice and the Special Counsel and all that are failing to do their job too. So, yeah, that was Joseph Smith's Mormons. And people try to say that, oh, no, the Gadianton robbers aren't a parallel to our government today in destroying the Constitution unless it's the Democrats. Oh, man, you guys are dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Alrighty. So, Mansan 900, if you remember him from previous Mormon comment replies, he's back. And I can't get rid of him, or I don't know how to get rid of him until he posts something. So he's the one that posted "Kill all Muslims," and I thought I had banned him from my channel and reported him to YouTube, but apparently YouTube must have said, oh, killing all Muslims is not a big deal. So my not wanting him on my channel was also not good enough for YouTube. YouTube's now forcing me to have people on my channel. So, anyway, so if he's listening, and I know he does, because he will slowly do a, what was his name, Stephen? I can't remember. It's been a while now, but I was commenting about how he was trying to pull whoever that first guy's name was, first name of the guy was, and was trying to warn him. And then as I was warning him, I was doing a comment video reply, and sure enough, there was the "kill all Muslims" comment. So I had to deal with it right then and there. Pudding. Kroger brand pudding. 50 cents a box. Great stuff. It's a little hard to dissolve unless you use an electric beater. But why waste the energy to clean the beaters and the bowl and all that? So, alrighty, looking over my videos. Yeah, I didn't expect much in regards to LDS Church confesses critics are correct, but it's average. It's doing a little over 10 per hour, so that's decent for old stuff. You know, we want the new stuff. And the damn snow video, and yes, I spelled it a specific way. It had a specific thumbnail for it. But yeah, we had a cyclone bomb today that just went off on the United States. So March 13th, cyclone bomb day. But good news, shocking LDS news, Nelson implements Lucifer's plan of happiness. As I show the thumbnail of the two Lucifers from olden days who are encouraging Mormons to go to the temple. So yeah, like I was telling you guys, there's a meaning behind my my madness. So that's doing fairly well. We're at 6 hours and it's 129. And then 10 hours is 182 for shocking LDS breaking news. Nelson gives LDS Church to Pope. That was one that I was hoping to word specifically to get people's attention, Mormons' attention. And then nobody cares about the law of consecration in the Temple Covenant. The hot chicks being exposed is doing well. I guess that's because of perverts, because I had to delete a guy who was commenting on that particular video, who decided to who trashed my appearance. So isn't that interesting that on this particular video he decided to trash my appearance? Yep. Just goes to show you, Mormon men here in Utah are the worst sexual predators in the universe, in all of history. So, and yeah, a primary teacher got busted last year, and the bishop got busted this year, and BYU's police got busted this year, after BYU itself got busted for blaming victims of rape. So, yep, it's a big problem. So, and yeah, there's symbolism behind it to give you extra meaning, because a picture worth 1,000 words. So, yeah, and Mormons go to the temple to get their temple garments, underwear. So the woman in underwear is covering herself up. Oh, don't look. So there's symbolism behind it. Then nobody cared about the gospel covenant, and as comment replies, nobody really cares about those. Nobody cares about the law of sacrifice or the law of obedience. There was some, but that's because I had Adam and Eve naked, and they were blocked out of their body parts, because that's how Christian fanatics see them. If you're not familiar with your Christian history, one of the popes, I can't remember which one. It's can't remember what they called it. It had something to do with castration, because the Pope was deeply offended at all the statues showing male sexual organs, and so he castrated all the men, just cut off the whole organ, the whole phallus, and then had sculptures of leaves, fig leaves, placed over the cut off area. And so I think Dan Brown's movie with Tom Hanks talked about it as he was viewing the Vatican. So I guess that would be in the Da Vinci Code. Maybe Angels and Demons, because Angels and Demons was the bomb at the Vatican, so that was probably the one. And then nobody cares about the Egyptian temple rituals being the same as the Mormon temple rituals if you remove all the Freemasonry that was added by Brigham Young. So you think Mormons would be interested in something that supports and defends the church? Nope, they don't care. And then the temple crisis, that's doing well. We're over 500 in 2 days now. And Nelson marking his territory, or yeah, in Roman Catholic territory. It's dying. I was hoping it was going to do well, but oh well. And then LDS Mormon Heroes dying in vain. That was surprisingly doing well, and it died. And LDS Mormons are experts because they know nothing. Not doing well. And here we got one more shocking LDS Mormon church breaking news. Nelson kisses Pope's ring. And again, there's purpose behind the way I title it. And it has to do with the video. But you gotta watch the video. But that's doing well. That's almost 700 in 4 days now. And then I was brought to my attention the church's report on the faith crisis that they had a meeting of, and it got leaked, and it exposes that the church wanted to cover it all up, and thus came out the gospel topic essays that destroyed the church. So if you're looking for a source as to how the church got destroyed, that's the document. And right there, the thumbnail is the quote from within the book itself for the running theme. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Oops. Because like I have tried to tell you guys, when you go to a doctor for having fallen off the roof and your leg is in severe pain and it's swollen and it looks like there's bones sticking out, you get rushed to the emergency room, and the doctor then lies you down on a couch like a psychiatrist, and for an hour talks to you about how you're feeling. And then at the end of that hour, after you've talked about the pain you're in, the doctor says, well, let me give you a prescription for opioids, and that'll remedy the pain that you're feeling. You would be furious. You don't want a doctor to just treat your symptoms, symptom management, as they call it on the pill commercials. It's just unbelievable how many people are dumb enough to fall for the commercials, let alone for a church who won't take responsibility for the cause and thinks that they can fool the members into a remedy. And what is the remedy? What is the fault that the church is talking about in this? Church history getting exposed because of the September 6th excommunication. Oops! The church didn't take responsibility and tried to cover it up with the excommunication of their own BYU church historians, the September 6th. And as a result, word got out. And that caused chaos and pandemonium. And so in 2013, the church decided, hey, let's hear from this one guy who's a Mormon at Harvard who's written books. And this is his thing. He gave it to the brethren. The brethren said, this is awesome. Let's implement it immediately. We'll call it the Gospel Topic Essays. The major things that Mormons are struggling with. And in the days of the internet and social media, yep, 13 million are now gone. They just don't show up to church. And I've told you my story, but 13 million now. That's devastating. You know, I don't even want to even bother to try to figure out the percentage. But yeah, but that's only 108. That's the cause of the collapse of the church, right there, that video. And not enough people are finding out about it. You guys want source documents? That's it, right there. I even put the link in it, I think. Or was it a... Yeah, I think maybe. I know I did it in MD's comment. But, yeah. So, unbelievable. It's online. Anybody can read it. And shocking LDS breaking news. LDS Mormons kiss your leaders goodbye. That's dying out and making way for the Pope, or Nelson kissing the Pope's ring. That's catching up and gonna pass it pretty soon here, and this one's starting to die down. And 155, Marriott, breaking news. Marriott, they were in the House committee hearing and talking about the identification theft from their company, and so I was, Marriott, is that the Marriott, the Marriott hotels, Mormon boy Marriott, the one who said that the LDS garments are magical? Yep, one and the same. And so I did a little research and found out, oh, there's a Russian connection too. And lo and behold, the connection is also with Romney. And I've already done the video about the connection with Romney in Russia. Because the news broke that the one CIA lady director from the past in 2012 had to apologize for going against Romney, who said back in that presidential election campaign that Russia was the greatest threat to the world. Yeah. So the only person that seemed to believe him was Putin. And Putin was deeply upset, and thus Mitt Romney did not become Secretary of State. Instead, Rex Tillerson did. But you gotta watch my videos, and you guys are missing out on the key videos. Now, it may be because I'm not wording them that you search for them and that YouTube recommends them, but there are key videos that you guys are missing. And I had to point it out to one guy who complained, oh, I'm not seeing any evidence of a conspiracy with Russia. It's like you gotta hold your hand and use simple words, because you guys just don't get it. You know, I thought you guys took comprehension in school and that you graduated? Or are you among those whose parents pay to get you graduated? Now they're finding out there was a Full House episode where they were talking about scamming the schools to get their kids in. Man. All right. So that's where we'll stop, I think, for tonight, because then there's a big drought for the most part until we get way into the past. Way into the past. The Crackers one is at 4:14, but that's going slow now. That was 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, it's gonna go down a ways before I find a really large number here. So, alrighty. It's time for me to go to bed early, I guess. Yeah, I had a P-tape of Nelson's 6:05 1 month ago. So that's pretty much slowed down, but it's 6:05. So, alrighty. Good night. Sleep tight until the day you're dead. Adios. Sayonara.